That's awesome. It's a great honor. I think, no matter who the president is, I know I'm excited because it's the biggest game of my life, and having the president there, it's the best country in the world, so it'd be pretty cool.
It's Super Bowl weekend, which of course prompts questions to Travis Kelce about Donald Trump showing up to watch, which then leads everyone to analyze why he said what he said.
What Taylor Swift fan is not mad about? I thought it was totally classy, a diplomatic answer, and it's his big day to be playing. And also, by the way, I'm gonna repeat this a lot in the next 4 years. The presidency is bigger than any one person. He's proud that the president of the United States is there. I don't know that it's any kind of statement about Donald Trump specifically.
If he had said something against Trump, it would be taken out on his team. Right? And all the hate that his team would receive as they're heading into the Super Bowl.
This is such a historical moment that this is the biggest game. Anything else he said would have made it about something else and not about them. And I also would remind, he was in his, like you said, he's dressed in his uniform. Whenever you're in, whether it's your company, your brand, your team, you're representing more than yourself. And he made a point of saying, I love this country.
We know his brother. They are a very loving family. They are very protective over their women. I'm pretty sure that Travis Kelce knows that. He was being a diplomat, and I think he did the right thing by not giving into this madness.
So in case you were lucky enough not to have heard, in between signing executive orders about plastic straws and how late his local McDonald's should stay open, the president put out a glowing post about Kelce before the game. Two great quarterbacks in this game. Also an unbelievable running back and the absolute best tight end in football ever. Incredible coaching. If they would only get rid of that really weird-looking new kickoff deal, which actually makes football more dangerous, they would be doing everybody, especially the fans, a big favor. Anyway, it'll be a great game. I'll be doing the interview before the game at 3 p.m. There hasn't been one in 4 years. Gee, I wonder why. Outside of the standard objective to make everything about himself, Trump surprised some people that remember his rage post about how much he hates Kelce's pop star girlfriend, Taylor Swift, during the campaign because she dared to endorse Kamala Harris after Trump lied and claimed that she was supporting him. And by the way, she didn't endorse Harris until his lies forced her to set the record straight. But Trump's praise comes after MAGA supporters lost their shit over his decision to appear in a COVID vaccine ad a few years ago. Remember this?
Travis, did you know you can get this season's COVID-19 shot when you get your flu shot?
Two things at once.
Two things at once! Two things at once! I'll have two things at once, please. Now back to two things at once. Two things at once.
That's not two things at once.
Mom!
Travis, ask about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
That highly offensive ad had the irritable Aaron Rodgers giving a voice to the anti-vax community by lobbing bombs at him for promoting vaccines.
Didn't have a crazy game, and Mr. Pfizer, we kind of shut him down a little bit. He didn't have his crazy impact game. Obviously, he had some yards and stuff, but I felt like for the most part, we played really tough on defense, especially the last three quarters.
I mean, with this stash right now, I look like a guy named Mr. Pfizer. Who knew I'd get into the vax wars with Aaron Rodgers, man? It's Mr. Pfizer versus the Johnson & Johnson family over there, man. I mean, I've always been, once I got the vaccine, I got it because of, keeping myself safe, keeping my family safe, the people in this building. So, yeah, I stand by it 1,000% and fully comfortable with him calling me Mr. Pfizer.
So it was the MAGA onslaught of anger and daydreams of Kelce being publicly executed that might have caused some of both his and Taylor Swift's fans to wish that he hadn't said playing in front of Trump is an honor. And no, by the way, I'm not exaggerating about the calls for executions.
Now that Colin Kaepernick is gone, Kelce is basically the avatar of the liberal forces that are wrecking the National Football League and countless other American institutions. Travis Kelce, of course, knelt for the national anthem. Kelce does ads for Bud Light, and to top it all off, Kelce does ads for Pfizer to promote their death shot. This is a strong point in favor of the rumors that Taylor Swift is actually a lesbian or even asexual, because with a history like that and with all these death jabs, it's pretty clear Travis Kelce has no dick. We doubt that Taylor minds much, though. Her last boyfriend, musician Maddie Healy, kissed a man on stage during one of his concerts, so she went from a gay guy to a dickless Bud Light drinking vaccine salesman. These people are responsible for murder. I mean, they're actually selling their souls and knowingly killing children with a DOD manufactured, U.S. government owned and deployed weapon of biowarfare. I mean, these people should be held to serious account.
I think people deserve to be publicly prosecuted and hung. I mean, the same thing that you say. I think that we need justice in this country. I think that celebrities that are pushing it, they should be tried, and they don't have any conviction because their God is Satan and they value money instead of human life.
You know, Christian nationalists complain about the decreasing numbers of people that are following their version of Christianity, but don't stop to look at people like Stu Peters and his guest there, who would probably call Jesus a couple of slurs if they actually read what the Bible says. Now, it does seem like Trump's constant need to be accepted by people that he thinks are the most popular and manliest was his motivation behind praising Travis Kelce. This guy didn't stop at trying to attach himself to one member of the Chiefs, though. He also made a play at Patrick Mahomes, but it came with an obvious lie to absorb a little clout for himself and dumbass football coach turned senator Tommy Tuberville.
And Tommy Tuberville, a great coach. You know, his quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach. And I said, how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach. He's pretty good quarterback, right? Yeah, he was very good. He's a good guy, too.
You know, the worst thing about his addiction to lies is that they're so incredibly obvious to see. But I guess after you've successfully lied to millions of people enough to make them believe that you give a damn about anything that you promised, it's just an exercise in seeing how much that they'll buy, no matter how insignificant the lie is.
He did not recruit me at the time, so I don't remember if I ever got to meet him or not.
Tommy Tuberville, a great coach. You know, his quarterback was named Mahomes. He was a great college coach. And I said, how good was he? He said, you don't want to know how good. He made me into a great coach.
Last question. So does this mean, since you used to coach Patrick Mahomes, that you're rooting for the Chiefs at the big game this Sunday?
Well, I never even coached him. What happened is I recruited him, and then I left and went to another school. But I've got to be very good friends with him.
Meanwhile,
he did not recruit me at the time, so I don't remember if I ever got to meet him or not.